Hello everyone, I'm Nitsuhone. I bring you a draft video every Monday and Thursday, and today is one of those days, and we're drafting some more Hour of Devastation. Format is coming to a close soon. It has not been the kindest format to me, as you can see with my record. I'm like close to 60% win percentage. I've had some, I think most of the drafts have gone well, but I've punted a lot in games, as many of you have pointed out, and I've had some pretty horrendous luck. Just see the last draft video for an example of like really poor luck in terms of also getting paired against people with ridiculous decks and just really bad luck. So those two together have made for me not having I've enjoyed the format, but it's always more fun when you're winning. But we'll see if we can rack up some more wins here, and this is a good way to start win wise. Grind to Dust is one of the best cards to start a draft with. You do have to end up black white or at least splashing white for it to be at its best, because it's ridiculous if you can just exile 2 creatures or more sometimes with it. The grind half on its own is playable, but it's not very exciting, and I shouldn't be married to the grind half at all. I have to be black-white, at least some black and some white for it to be at its best. And I think that's clearly the pick in this pack. Magma Wrath and Supreme Will are fine. The Cycling Deserts are all good, but we're going to take Grind to Dust. It's just a great card. It does help, by the way, that it is playable even if you don't end up in both colors. I mean, it makes it a little less risky of a pick. And we're going to take a Braid here, I think. It's strong enough that I think I want to take it. Even though it's not black or white, I am going to take it here. Lethal Sting, I could take. Bloodwater Entity's nice too. But I'm going to take a Braid. It's a very strong removal spell. Okay, well, Resolute Survivors, we could end up red-white, splashing black or something. There is a lot of white going on here. The black here isn't especially good. I think I'm going to take Resolute Survivors here and see if we can make a red-white aggro deck. Appeal to Authority is also quite good. But yeah, we'll take the Survivors. And we may not even play Grind to Dust in the end, the way things are sort of looking so far. Again, black and white aren't really what I'm interested in here. Merciless Eternal's okay, but it's certainly nothing special. I think I'm going to take Unsummon here over it. Yeah, so we're going to take a blue card now. Okay. Yeah, now I guess we're going to take a Lethal Sting. Bitterbow Sharpshooters is good too, but at least Lethal Sting's in a color we have another card in, and I think that's enough for a tiebreaker for me. Okay, Manticore Eternal, but we also have another Lethal Sting and a couple good black cards. So I may be pushing back into black. These black cards are all playable, so it's nice seeing them here. Playing more than one Lethal Sting can get a little shaky because you don't really want to put tons of -1/-1 counters on your own guys. So I think I may take the Eternal over it. There's also a Manticore Eternal, which I do think is good. But I'm going to try to push black here. Okay, well, blue does not really seem open. There's Aven of Enduring Hope here, which is good. Ronus' Stalwart, which is good. I think I'm just going to take Ruin Rat, though, over a white card here. Seems very likely that I'm playing black. Other colors seem a little less likely. So I'm going to take the card that probably will make my deck. And I think here, well, if a Mummy Paramount made it this far, maybe I want it over a Desert, and we can really transition into a black-white zombie deck. It seems possible. Black and white seem open enough. Let's take the Paramount. All right, and let's take a Wretched Camel now. So a Braid. It's worth about a ticket, so there's that. I think we might actually be able to make black-white work in the end, which is odd because early on in that pack, it did not look like it was going to work. But we ended up with 3 zombies in the end. We ended up with a good removal spell, and we ended up with Grind to Dust. And now we're going to take a Desert for sure. And now we'll take a Rot Beast. We definitely need some more zombie payoffs to be really happy. And white still, I mean, we only picked up white cards at the very end, so it's perfectly reasonable that I end up in red as well. Blue didn't seem open enough, but it could happen as well. Yeah, Wretched Camels are good if you can get several Deserts. I mean, I'll play it in any zombie deck anyway, but it's even better when you can get 2-for-1s with it in the early game. It is pretty bad with Lethal Sting, as is Ruin Rat, but they do both have death triggers. Ruin Rats isn't especially good, but it has one. I'm going to take Dunes of the Dead here, just on the off chance we end up being able to do something with it. Disposal Mummy. Man, it's a mummy. I don't really want to play it. I think it's a pretty bad card, but for now, I'll put it in my playables. I would need to end up with a lot of zombie payoffs to be like, I'll play Disposal Mummy. If only it had cycling or something. That would make it a lot better. That's true of a lot of cards. We'll only be Dunes of the Dead in a world where we end up with a way to sacrifice deserts and stuff. Which may or may not happen. Kefnet's last word? You're going to do that to me? You are. Wow. Well, Kefnet's last word is one of the biggest bombs in the format. And the black in here isn't, Ruin Rat's fine, but it's not exciting. And the white in here is not that good either. We got Sandblast and Desert of the True. I gotta take Kefnet's last word. It's just too strong. Stealing your opponent's best card is just, it's too good. So we're gonna take it. I mean, if I had a ton of white cards in my deck, I would be a little less willing to do what I just did. But looks like, blue is reasonably open. And we do have an unsummon. We do sort of lose some white cards, but they're not that good. The best thing we were going to do is be able to cast Dust easily. So our deck doesn't get a lot worse if we just give up on white here, but I think I just take a Nimble Obstructionist now. I could think about Manticore Eternal, but definitely by this point, like, Kefnet's last word and Unsummon is better than Defiant Kenra and Abrade, so let's take the Obstructionist. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I'm glad I switched to blue. We're going to take Unesh now. That's good news. I'll put this over here, and we'll take Unesh. It's another big bomb. So last word, Obstructionist, Sphinx. Can we get another blue rare in a row, maybe? We can do it. We didn't get a blue rare. That's a really good white card, Sunscorched Champion. There's a Desert, which is nice, but I think I'm leaning more towards Aerial Guide at this point. Yeah, I think I'll take the Aerial Guide. Yep. I like it a little more than Desert of the Mindful. Not by a ton, though. Not by a ton. Okay, now I think we do take a Merciless Eternal. As I mentioned, it's not a card I love, but I do think it's the best card for us in this pack. And it's a zombie, if that ends up mattering. It won't. So, do we take another Desert here? Or do we take Traveler's Amulet so we can splash and actually be able to cast Dust? We have one card that cares about deserts. We may end up with one or two more, but I think being able to cast Dust is probably worth taking. I'm going to take the Amulet over the Desert here. May regret that. And there's another Amulet. I could also take a Desert that is fixing, which isn't bad. But there's also another Unsummon. So I think I'm just going to take it. Okay. We could take another Amulet. I don't think I really need to run two, though. I'm not, like, desperate to actually cast. I mean, I want to cast this, the Dust half, but not being able to doesn't make the card impossible to get out of my hand, I guess is what I'm saying, the way it can with other splashes. So I think I'm going to take a Bone Slasher here. And we do have a bit of a zombie thing going on, so it'll be able to block a decent amount of the time. Okay, Striped Riverwinder I think is what I'll take here. It's a little better in a ramp deck than it is in what we have going on here, but we'll take Seer of the Last Tomorrow here. Wow, Ronus' Stalwart. That's a very late one. Yeah, we'll take it. Why not? This, maybe we end up in zombies. I don't know. I'll take another one of these. I do think they're a good sideboard card against people who are playing a lot of like 3/3s because they can just block them all day. So, Kefnet's Last Word and Unesh. This is the third time in like 5 drafts I've drafted Unesh, which is pretty nice. I'm kind of surprised it got passed as much as it did, but the people must have just been definitely not playing blue. Probably not playing. I'm not playing Dunes of the Dead, actually. It's not probably not. I'm just not playing it. Apatra. The world keeps tempting me with things. Hopatra would be nice. We have a few cards with -1/-1 counters already, but I don't think we can really count on like actually being able to cast that. So we're gonna take something else. I like Soul Stinger, but Final Reward's a good removal spell. It can kill anything, and that is quite nice. Grim Strider is okay. So it's either the Soul Stinger or the Reward. The blue cards here are Essence Scatter is the only one really worth playing. The others aren't. But I think I'll take the Reward here. Yeah. I will. Serpapard. Now I guess we take an Essence Scatter. Oh, we could take Wander in Death. We have one creature with Death Touch. That's really all we have. Although getting back Unesh's and stuff like that, or a Riverwinder late, I guess that's pretty good. Let's just take it. I convinced myself to take it. There's Dispossess. Wow, our colors really don't seem to be coming together for us very well in this last pack. So Doom Dissenter or River Serpent. I do think we're a little low on 2s, so I think I'm going to take the Dissenter over it. We already have a couple good finishers. Shadowstorm Vizier is in our colors. We do have a few cards with cycling. There's also a Cartouche of Ambition and Evolving Wilds, though. And I think those are just going to be better choices. I can't... Do I want the Wilds more? So that I can really feel good about Dust? I think I'll take the Wilds over the Cartouche here. It's hard to do, but I'm going to do it. Okay. Well, Essence Scatter, I think, is what we take here. Not a big Illusory Wrappings fan. Oh, I guess this would have been good with the Shadowstorm Vizier. It may just come back to us. I mean, blue-black cycling is not a deck that actually gets made very often. There's a Binding Mummy for our Mummy deck. I guess I'll take Grim Strider here. I'm not sure I'll play it, but it is playable. Okay, here I'll take a Soul Stinger, which I think I just like more than Grim Strider, but for now I'll leave them both in. So I think I take a Wasteland. No, I'd probably take Tosscrop Skirmisher. That's probably better than Wasteland Scorpion. Yeah, let's do it. So... yeah, probably not playing Grim Strider. I don't know if we can get away. I don't think we can get away with 16 lands in this deck either. Probably lose something underwhelming, like this Rot Beast, probably. And I don't hate the look of this deck. It's just like it's a blue-black mid-range deck with a bunch of good removal and powerful things like Kefnez, Lustword, and Unesh. Just getting Soul Stinger back with Wander in Death is another nice thing to do. Even with the Amulet, I mean, maybe I can get away with 16 lands with the Amulet. I probably can. Yeah, I probably can. We'll have to see, though. Okay, another Grim Strider, I guess, is what I take here. Cancels an okay sideboard card, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'll take Cancel instead. Having Grim Strider in the same deck as like Unesh does not seem ideal. That's a late-hooded Brawler. Green seems very open. A little late to be deciding that. Yeah, Dispossess is like literally the worst card in the format. I will take another Skirmisher. Kind of ended up with a black-blue zombie deck in the end. Unburden's a good sideboard card. The Shadowstorm Vizier did not come back to us. I can probably cut Wretched Camel in the end. I mean, it's not going to do its thing often enough, and the Skirmishers are just going to be better. So I think that's what we do. Yeah. And I think I can get away with 16 lands because of the amulet. It's a little weird to do with some of the stuff we have going on, but yeah, maybe I won't, just because I want to run 1 plains, so I probably need to run 17 lands. Yeah, I'll run 17. I might regret it, but I think 881 is exactly right. Wow, that is 19 lands, though. Yeah, I forgot I already had 2 basics in there. So, yeah, not basics, but 2 lands. Okay, so we actually have room for 2 more cards. I don't know what kind of math I was doing there. And what should those 2 cards be? Wretched Camel's fine. Might just be Wretched Camel and Rot Beast, or Grim Strider, basically. I think I'm going to go with the Strider. That is not the Strider. It is a little weird to have with Unesh, but Unesh is our only card draw effect. I guess Wandering Death is too. Never mind. Rot Beast it is. All right, so we will save this deck, and I'll see you guys in the first match. All right, I would like to play first, and we're going to mulligan that one. All right, this one's pretty reasonable, though. I think I'm actually going to put that on the bottom. I'm going to end up shuffling my library anyway. Well, actually, probably not before I draw that. But Lethal Sting, while a good removal spell, isn't really one you want early very often. You don't really want to be playing it early very frequently. So we're going to play Skirmisher. So green-white aggro is what this looks like. Well, we can get our white mana without like any effort right now. That's for sure. We're going to attack. Our opponent definitely not going to trade here. So it's a terrible trade. Not only because Gustwalker is better than the Skirmisher, but also because the Skirmisher can come back with Embalm, and that just makes it look even worse. So opponent also having no problem getting their mana. Ooh, Ambuscade. Okay. That hurts. We take 3. All right. Well, we're going to get 2 lands out of our deck this turn, if nothing else. So we're going to attack with Skirmisher. Drop our opponent to 16. Play Ruin Rat, and in the turn. I guess I do need double black, so I'll get a Plains and a Swamp. I will take 3. Right, Harrier Naga. All right, so we're going to sacrifice this. We are going to get a Plains. We're going to sacrifice Traveler's Amulet. And we're going to get a Swamp. Not exactly how I wanted that to go, but we will end our turn. Not a Vitalist. Okay, another Skirmisher. We can do a lot of skirmishing, that's for sure. We take 3 in the air. Another Naga. Okay. I don't mind that. I'm going to hold on to this island and just plan on flashing in the Obstructionist. We can start getting an aerial assault of our own going. And I think that's a race we win because Nimble Obstructionist does not have Embalm. Oh, good. Okay. We could counter the ability of our opponent to gain life, but not embalm, but exert. We could counter the ability of our opponent to gain life, but it's going to be better to just flash in our obstructionist here than it would have been to cycle it. All right, well, looking right now like it was a bad decision to play 17, but I think we needed to. Where's Unesh when you need it? Oh, good. Desert's Hold. Attack for 5 in the air. 6 in the air, excuse me. So we're dead. We have a couple more turns, unless we draw a way out of this. That's a timely Essence Scatter, isn't it? All right, end our turn. We're dead next turn. Actually, we're dead this turn because we can't block the Stalwart, so. Yep. That one was not a lot of fun. Seer of the Last Tomorrow seems decent. I'd rather have a creature with reach, though. But yeah, I don't think we could bring it in, and I could cut like Bone Slashers, because they're just really bad versions of the Harrier Naga, basically, and being able to block that Naga does seem useful in this particular matchup. So yeah, I'll bring in a Seer. Try to mill our opponent to death too. Would like to play first. This is a pretty good hand. We don't have a lot to do early, which isn't great, but we're gonna play a desert here. But we can Essence Scatter their 2-drop and then maybe find something to do on turn 3. Not yet. We do have Grind, so that's a thing. Ooh, we can't counter that. Didn't seem like a Sunset Pyramid deck to me. It seemed more aggressive than that, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, that we're gonna Essence Scatter. Okay. I'd rather play Merciless Eternal or Soul Stinger. The thing about the Stinger that makes it so good is that you can 2-for-1 people, but sometimes when you play it on an empty board, you're just going to get a 1-for-1, but I guess if that's what I'm getting, that's not that bad. And I have the mana available to do it, so I think I'm just going to play Soul Stinger. Alright, Harrier Naga. Ooh, well, we're going to be able to grind to dust, so it seems. I'm going to play Merciless Eternal here. And in my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we draw a land here, we can cast Grind and Dust in the same turn, which would be pretty nice. It'd be nice to just get a 2-for-1 on our opponent. Oh, God. Okay. Cartouche of Strength, sure. Kill my Merciless Eternal, but then you can't really attack. If we draw a land, we can also play Unesh, so. Plains. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna pass the turn. I wish we had that unsummon and mana for it a turn ago, but what are you gonna do? So I'm gonna block and kill this thing with -1/-1 counters. If our opponent tries to use a trick here or something, we could use unsummon, but they're not going to. If they play something big here, we can obviously just kill it, and yeah, I think we will. It's not huge, but the thing about Final Reward is I may just not have the opportunity to cast it again. Land. Yes. Now we get to play Unesh. Well, Talk Crop Skirmisher is kind of funny because obviously it can do something from the graveyard, but this is a pretty bad pretty bad set of cards here. I do think I'll choose pile 2, though. And in my turn. We have Grind to Dust to back us up and unsummon. So those are good things. Opponent's drawn a card now, which is kind of a good sign. It means they're like trying to find an answer here. Hoopo. Freaking River Hoopo. It's a good card. Okay, we have double unsummon now. We can kill it if we want to right now, but I'd rather wait for my opponent to play another creature. So I'm just going to attack for 4 in the air. Drop the opponent to 19. I don't want to tap my mana like that. And I'm going to Embalm. Yeah, and I think I'll also just play the Seer here. And in my turn. I want my opponent to play a big creature that I can kill, ideally, but they're probably just using this activated ability. Yeah, that is what they're doing. River Hoopo is like a much smaller Unesh almost, because it lets you just like draw a bunch of cards and stuff. God, I don't want to use Grind to Dust on that stupid Hoopo. It's feeling more and more like I should, but I really don't want to. So I'm going to attack again. Play this Amulet. And in my turn. Opponent will draw a card with their Pyramid too. So they're trying to find removal, I guess, for Unesh. What I want them to do is play a big creature I can just kill with Grind to Dust. That's my dream here. Okay, it's not big, but I don't feel bad about killing Takrop Elite here. Damn, aggressive with that Hoopo. All right, we'll take 1. Doesn't really matter what land I get with my Amulet, but we're gonna do that. And I guess we'll get an island. Ooh, now we have Lethal Sting, actually. Nah, we'll hold on to that. We'll use Grind. And Dust. Doesn't have the mana to use the Hoopo's ability right now either. Can draw a card though. Alright, so we're just going to attack with everybody. Drop the opponent to 10. We have a good lethal sting target in our Seer. Well, not target, but place to put the -1/-1 counter is what I mean. Okay, well, see you later. We get rid of the Ambuscade, and our Unesh does not die. Opponent just recasts the Brawler, which is obviously not great for them because I can still attack them with these 2 creatures and not really sweat it at all. Opponent takes it. That means they're dead to Unesh in the air this turn. I'm just going to take this. There's not a ton of things that can stop me here when I have Unsummon in my hand and a 4/4 flyer in play. So that worked out pretty well. Getting on summons against a deck with ambuscades and cartouches is pretty nice. God, do you have another... Okay, I was going to say, if you have another way to kill my guy there, that would be brutal. Because now we're out of ways to interact. So we're going to attack with our 4/4 and our 2/1. Yeah, there's no point in attacking with our 1/4. Oh God, what are you going to do to my poor Unesh? Sandblast? Saving Grace, okay. That does keep you alive for another turn. Does keep you alive. They're gonna scry. I'm gonna play my Camel, who I actually have my 1 desert in play, so that's relevant. Hoopo, God. That is a good way to get back in the game. We can kill it with Lethal Sting, and we will kill it with Lethal Sting, but our opponent's going to go to high enough life here that we won't be able to kill them this turn. Okay, Adorned Pouncer makes me not really want to attack on the ground. Kill that, and put a -1/-1 counter here. And we're going to attack for 4 in the air. And I'm going to go ahead and also play Ruin Rat. Scrying in their draw step means they're like, well, the only thing I can draw is X, and if I don't draw it, I lose. So I guess that's a good thing. The fact that they didn't concede, though, might not be a good thing. Okay, now they did. All right, well, we won that one. It was grindy. It was fun. It was a good time. Yeah, we got to... grindy. I didn't even mean to do that. We got to cast Grinded Dust and Unesh, and I feel like the majority of games when we cast both of those, we're just going to win. Like, I don't really see... It's hard not to when you get a 2-for-1, and then the Sphinx is basically a 2-for-1 too, because it just draws you so many cards. All right, this is a keep. We got a couple 2-drops. We got both our colors. We have our desert again, which could be relevant. And we have something to cycle if we're after we've played our 2-2-drops. We still haven't hit a land. All right, so yes, this is a keep. Opponent mulled to 6. Ooh, there's Kefnet's Last Word this time. We haven't gotten to cast that one yet of our powerful spells. Got to cast the other 2 last game, but not it. Yeah, freaking Adorned Pouncer. This is an annoying card against my poor little 1/1s here. I'm going to play Doom Dissenter, I think. It's basically, you know, it's going to hit us for 2 every turn for a while. I wouldn't mind stealing it once it's eternalized, though. I don't want to steal it before. So yeah, I'll play Aerial Guide this turn, I think. Yeah, we could play Ruin Rat instead. It does hold off Harrier Naga effectively. Could also play Merciless Eternal instead. There's Grinded Dust again. We don't have our white yet, but we have a while to get it. I think I am going to play the Rat, actually. I'm just sort of trying to stall here until I can cast my big powerful spells effectively. We have 2 of them in our hand already, so that's pretty nice. In my turn, I'm perfectly happy with trading with Harrier Naga when I have Wander in Death in my hand. Opponent could like cartouche or something here, which would be pretty devastating, especially because we don't have our unsummons this time around. Yeah, just attacking with Adorned Pouncer is good. Oh, I forgot I can just grind that Pouncer. I should probably just do that. That was stupid. I got a little too hung up on wanting to cast both sides. Interesting. Well, I think I'm actually going to cast Lethal Sting, kill my Dissenter, and use it to kill Gustwalker. Which will also give me a 2/2 zombie. And I will end my turn. I probably will grind this and then use Kefnet's Last Word to get it back. To steal it, I mean, from my opponent. Would not mind a 4/4 double striker over here. Would love if my opponent played another X1, but if they don't, that's fine. I probably don't want to cast it until I know I have the 4th land for Kefnet's Last Word, incidentally, so I'll probably play some other cards first. Because if I just let him eternalize it and keep it, it's not going to be pretty. So, like, especially if I never draw that 4th land, which is entirely possible. So, and we still haven't. So, I'm going to play Aerial Guide now. And in my turn. We can attack for 4 in the air every turn right now, which is pretty nice. Attacking with their eternalized Adorned Pouncer in the air is the dream. Desert's Hold, okay. That. Right, well, we're going to take that. All right, so there's that land. I think it's time now. I'm going to attack with both of these guys, give them flying. Well, one of them already has flying, but you know what I mean. Grind. So making this a 2/2 also means my Toss Prop Skirmisher can trade for it, so that is relevant. So if they draw a 5th land, I think they're really likely to eternalize. And then we're really likely to steal their guy, which I think is probably going to make our opponent pretty annoyed. Yeah, so come on over, Adorned Pouncer. And we are going to attack with both of these in the air. Yeah, I'd rather trade with the Toss Prop Skirmisher if I'm going to trade with something. Our lands do not untap next turn, but we have a lot of damage coming our opponent's way. If they're going to kill the Pouncer, they're going to have to spend some mana to do it. So no matter what, I feel like we're in pretty great shape. Not no matter what, our opponent could blow up the board or something. Okay, Cartouche to kill my Aerial Guide, probably. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to attack with our Double Striker, their Double Striker. Okay, we get in for 8. And we end our turn. Probably has Ambuscade now to finish the job, so that's going to hurt. No, well, they could still have it. do get to untap this time. They're at low life, so playing Merciless Eternal is probably a pretty good plan. Okay. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to attack with the Pouncer again. Wish I had one of my unsummons in my hand because Ambuscade and the like are not a lot of fun. So you're going to double block. I'll do the damage first to Harrier Naga. Saving Grace. Okay. So Harrier Naga's just going to survive now? No, it won't. It's dead. So the Naga's dead. Should I have attacked? If I attacked with everything, something worse would have happened, actually. Yeah, it would have been worse. But our opponent's at 4, so I think playing Wretched Camel and Merciless Eternal is what we want to do here. Bunch of 2-power creatures against 4 life, and one of them has Afflict and can pump itself big enough to kill you all on its own. So, all right, we got there. Played our big bomby spells. Oh gosh, I'm glad we didn't let our opponent build their board because those overcomes would have been nasty. All right, won our first match. Let's see if we can win some more. Second match of an Hour of Devastation draft. Should I mulligan? I think I probably should. I feel like I can do better with 6 and a scry. Yeah, that's not bad, and I will take an unsummon, sure. Having Kefnet's Last Word in the opening hand is nice. Got a 2-drop too, and a way to interact if we need to with unsummon. Another 2-drop. I like playing Doom to Center before Ruin Rat because Ruin Rat is actually, I think, better in the later part of the game generally, because if you just play it, sometimes it can just lock your opponent down. We're going to play it now because we don't have anything else to do, but yeah. I wonder if our opponent has Magma Sprays. They were going to make my guys, so that's not how I want to do that at all. We want to leave a mana up front, summon just in case. Green, unsummon is good against green, as we saw in our last match. Bouncing things that are being ambuscaded or Cartouche of Strength is pretty strong. Opponent's deck does not seem like an aggressive one, though. Should we side in more creatures or something? I don't think so. I think we just play Lurching Rotbeast here. Yeah, I think we just play it. It gives us something that's going to hit harder. If he plays like a 5-drop and we Kefnet's Last Word it means we can swing for 6 at our opponent, in addition to the fact that we just stole whatever creature from them. And I would, if it's a 5-drop, it's probably going to be worth casting Kefnet's Last Word on. Could be wrong. Depends exactly what's going on, but... Opponent probably, yeah, they've got Open Fire is what they have, and they didn't really want to use it on these guys, and I guess I don't blame them. That is not a great card to steal, obviously, because I can't use its activated ability. All right, so I'm going to attack with the Ruin Rat. I would love to trade Ruin Rat for River Hoopoe. I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah, we're just going to get in for the 1. Play our land and pass our turn. Supreme Will. Okay, they're going to look at the top 4. I think they're actually a blue-red deck that's splashing green for the Hoopoe, which I don't blame them for. All right, we're going to take 1 to the face here. Blood water entity. They can get open fire back on top of the library, so that's not cool. That's another thing that's not really worth stealing. I mean, I will if I have to, if things are getting ugly and I need to steal a flyer. I'd rather steal that than the River Hoopoe, but... Okay, well, we can probably start holding on to excess lands for our Eternal. I'm going to attack with Ruin Rat here. Again, I mean, I would be happy to trade it for a Bloodwater entity. I don't think my opponent's down with it, though. It's too bad my Ruin Rat didn't die. Actually, taking open fire out of our opponent's graveyard would have been really nice. So, they probably cast it on the Eternal now? Maybe not, though. I would probably just let the Eternal die. I think having Unsummon and Kefnet's Last Word in my hand is worth it. You get a Prowess trigger. Oh, they've got Puncturing Blow and Open Fire. That's not cool. I could unsummon my own guy. Doesn't really seem worth it, though, does it? No. No, it doesn't. Neither does unsummoning either of them. We take 4. Okay. Well, we're going to attack for 2. Not like we can block these guys anyway, right? And then we play Bone Slasher, which will probably eat the open fire. But I'm okay with that. And we'll end our turn. Play something like ridiculous. Come on. Just like a big creature. Stop playing spells. Play like, I don't know, the Locust God. Come on. Just do it for me. Alright. Well, this is a race we are going to lose by a lot in the end because our opponent can gain life. Opponent has prowess, but we're going to continue racing because we can't block them anyway. Wouldn't mind Wandering Death right now. Just getting that card advantage would be a pretty big deal. I mean, it would make the board, our board, a lot more threatening than it currently is. If I had the green mana for River Hoopoe, I probably would have stolen it. And I mean, there's something to be said for stealing it just so my opponent doesn't have it, but I'm only going to do that if that's, you know, that could just be where we end up. Our opponent can basically stop attacking, stop playing spells and just gaining life and drawing cards if they wanted to. Minotaur Sure Shot's interesting because it can actually block these guys, but I still don't really think I want to cast Unsummon. Covenant's Last Word on it. Right, we're just going to end our turn. We are going to take 3, I think. Yep. We're going to go 5. Man. Doesn't seem like our opponent's ever going to play something we're actually interested in stealing. Okay. Well. Oh, hey, Aerial Guide. I think I'm actually going to play Aerial Guide. Should have tapped my mana differently. Because if I want to play Kefnet's Last Word this turn 2, which I think I do, I won't have the blue mana up, but that's okay. Well, Kefnet's Last Word. And I will end my turn. Opponent's gonna draw a card and gain 2 life, of course. If he attacks with a Bloodwater entity, I'd probably double block it with Aerial Guide and Minotaur Sure Shot. Now I can't do that though, so. Yep. We go to 4. We go to 4 here. We go to 1 now. And I think we just take it. If we have any hope here, we can't really lose our Aerial Guide anyway, so. Oh, our lands aren't going to untap, so we're pretty much dead. Yeah. Unsummon's not going to save us. Well, I guess it technically can. But not... If our opponent has any spell, we're just dead, so... Do you have a spell? You can draw a card to try to find one, too. It doesn't look like they do. Shockingly enough. Okay, so... We're going to block here. We're going to block here. I'm going to cast Unsummon on River Hoopoe. So we survive a turn, kill the Bloodwater entity, make a token. Bad news is we don't have a flyer to block River Hoopoe, so we may just be dead on our turn anyway. But I think that was the best way to maximize our chances. Oh, now we're just dead. You just didn't. You want to try to kill me with damage first? Come on. Okay. This isn't the kind of matchup where I think I want to bring in Seer of the Last Tomorrow. Unburden doesn't seem bad. Doesn't seem great either, though. Yeah, I think we just leave it as is. I'd rather draw Grind to Dust or Unesh against this opponent, because Kefnet's Last Word doesn't really have that many great targets. The blue-red deck occasionally will have like a bomb in it, but it's mostly just like synergies and such. Okay. The question is, do I play Doom Dissenter on turn 2? Or do I leave mana up for Essence Scatter? I'd probably play the Dissenter on turn 2 and plan on Essence Scattering their 3-drop. Since I don't have anything to do on turn 3 right now. So yeah, I think that's the plan. Got in for a lot of damage in that last game. It's not really what he's there for, but that's what he did. Okay, well, now I have something to do on turn 3, and it might just be better to do it. It probably is better to just do it. I'm going to attack. Essence Scatter is going to end up being a later game spell now, because playing Aerial Guide puts some real pressure on our opponent. They do have lots of kill spells, so there's a good chance they just have a way to kill it anyway, but if not, yeah, oh no, there's Winds of Rebuking it. Okay, we got our Desert in our graveyard, but we also got our Wretched Camel in there, so not exactly what we want to happen. I'm probably going to play Soul Stinger as a 4/5 and kill my Doom Dissenter instead of doing other things, like trying to make this get a 2-for-1. Our opponent has like a million flyers, so getting a 2-for-1 isn't as easy as it sounds. So we're going to attack, convert our Doom Dissenter into a zombie, and get a 4/5. All right, 4/5 it is. We went from having 1 damage on the table to having 6, which is pretty nice. They need double red for Puncturing Blow, too, and they don't have it right now, which is also pretty nice. Okay. I am going to attack with both of these, and then I think I play Aerial Guide. Reed Stalker. You know, I'd rather you not have a creature, actually. Bash for 6, drop them to 12. We can get our planes with our Evolving Wilds, and I'll end my turn. They probably have Puncturing Blow now. They had like several of those. No, it's Gilded Ceradon. I'm pretty happy stealing that. That's probably what we'll do. Big creature. We have a desert in our graveyard, so it'll be unblockable. It'll be able to make things unable to block. So, planes. In case we draw Grind to Dust. Also means we get in for 6 this turn, so. Okay, so I'm going to leave black mana untapped if I can, and I can. I'm going to play Kefnet's Last Word. Play land. Attack our opponent for 6. Try to attack with the Gilded Ceradon, even though I can't. Drops our opponent to 6. It's pretty hard for them to win right now. I mean, they would, yeah, I was going to say, they'd need multiple removal spells to do it. Kefnet's Last Word came up big that time. For sure. Not really anything worth changing. Okay, I think this is a keep. We have some cycling. I'll probably use it on turn 1. I'm a little less likely to use it now because I hit the land. I'll think about it. I obviously have until the end of my opponent's turn to decide if I want to do it. I think I actually want to hold on to it. A 4-2 hits pretty hard against an opponent who doesn't have a lot of creatures who can block it effectively. And, yeah. So I'm actually going to play Skirmisher this time, get in for some more damage early. Moloch, okay. All right. I think we play Bone Slasher now. He will not be able to block right now, but that's okay. All right, we are taking 2 at least. More is very possible because of prowess. Looks like just 2 though. Aerial Guide. Okay. Stealing that Aerial Guide is not a bad plan, I don't think. I'm going to attack with both my creatures. He's going to get both his flying anyway, so I'm going to attack with both of them. And then I guess play Doomed Dissenter. Drops our opponent to 13. Yeah, we'll play the Dissenter. Might steal Aerial Guide on my turn. Might not. Just have to see. If he plays another Gilded Ceradon, well, I can tell you what I'm going to steal. But, so we take 4 to the face at least. We do have Grind if we really need to use it on something just to make them smaller. Ceradon. Play your Ceradon. Oh. There's a good chance they have even Reed Stalker. Since they don't really seem concerned about, like, me attacking them here. But that has flying too, so we may as well just attack with everything. And then stealing the Reed Stalker is actually not bad because it can block effectively, so I'll think about it. I might just get Merciless Eternal instead, though. Yeah, oh no, Open Fire. Okay. Deal. Get in for 3. Do I play Rot Beast? I think I'd play Rot Beast now. It does die to a lot of things, but it hits pretty hard. So does Merciless Eternal. Right, we take 4 in the air. We go down to 12. Play something worth stealing. Come on. Just tap all your mana and play a creature. And we'll be pretty happy. That is not a creature. Should have done that first, man. You could have hit me for 1 more damage. Okay. Do I take that aerial guide? I don't think so. I think for now we just keep racing here. I'm going to play Merciless Eternal. Could think about playing Grind just to reduce the damage I'm taking, but if I'm going to steal one of them, you know, I'd rather they be a little bit bigger. We take 4 in the sky. At least 4. Ah, crap. Okay, consigned. So we take 5 in the sky. Well, I think we have to steal that aerial guide, basically. Stop letting this fly, and then I can just block it. Yeah. I'm going to leave up... Well, I guess I want to leave up black more than I want to leave up blue, given what's in my hand, because I can at least cast Grind. So, give me this aerial guide. I will attack you with my Dissenter. And I'll end my turn. If the Moloch attacks, I think I block it, because Open Fire and things like that just straight up kill me, so I'd rather not suffer that fate. Crap. There's what we wanted to kill. The good news is it can't attack yet, so I don't need to freak out just yet. And I have a turn to try to untap and reload here. But yeah, stealing the River Serpent would have been nice. We've got Lethal Sting, which is good with Doom Dissenter. We've got Final Reward. We have a lot of things going on. We're just at super low life against the blue-red deck, though, and that doesn't feel good. Okay, so we're going to block again. This time we get a zombie at least. Freaking River Hoopoe. Bane of my existence. Do I just cast Wander in Death here? Maybe. Merciless Eternal's probably better, though. What do you need? 5 cards in the graveyard? Yeah. I think we need to lethal sting that Hoopo. Put the counter on the zombie. And we end our turn. So Aerial Guide attacking with Merciless Eternal is enough to just like win us the game in the air. But our opponent could have any countless number of ways to stop that. So I don't think it's a real good idea to go for that just yet. We have Final Reward if this guy gets active. Surprised he didn't cycle this so he could draw a card and attack with River Serpent this turn. But he might have another way of putting a 5th card in his graveyard. And if that way involves killing one of our creatures, then we're in trouble. So, or bouncing. Bouncing would be enough too. Okay, they're going to combat, which is good news. I think we block with our zombie token here. This is a close one. Oh God, Riddle form? That is bad news. Bad news. Opponent has 1 card in their hand. What could it be? Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Well, that makes me worry a lot less. Okay, so we're going to cast Grind. Drawing that white mana was very lucky. Then we're going to cast Dust. Opponent has 1 card in their hand and they have a Riddle form in play. Okay, I think I attack with my guy with Afflict. Yeah, I mean, he can't block that anyway. If my opponent has a way to play like Open Fire here and kill this and block, at least they go to 4. It's kind of my thinking there. Okay, so they go to 4. Do we survive? Open Fire just ends the game for us. They have 1 in their graveyard, but we know they have more than 1. Because they hit us for 3. Okay. They're going to dig for an Open Fire. We can block Riddle form, though. I kind of forgot about that. So, never mind. It doesn't actually end the game for us. We can block the Riddle form if we have to. Which I might just have to do because... because of Open Fire. Especially when my opponent's looking at the top 4 the way they are right now. Crap. That's what I have to say. Okay. We do have Final Reward to deal with this thing going forward, I guess. So sure, I'll block it. I don't really want to get Open Fired. If I didn't have stuff in my graveyard that was going to a hand that wasn't going to help me out, I would be a little more afraid. But okay, they're sacking their Evolving Wilds. That's not bad. But I think I'm probably going to discard that to... So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can't actually pump my Merciless Eternal and leave mana up for Final Reward if we need it. Decisions. And I think we do need it. We're at too low of life to take another hit here. And I'm too afraid to pump my Merciless Eternal here in a situation where... Well, No, I have to have the mana for Final Reward. That's my main problem here. That is my main problem. So we're just going to get in for the 2. We're going to end our turn. This is a difficult game to navigate. My opponent's doing a good job of bluffing if that's what they're doing. So we can cast Essence Scatter and Final Reward in the same turn if that's what we need to do. Okay, Winds of Rebuke. So they probably had that when we were thinking about whether or not we could try to kill our opponent. So that's worth keeping in mind. Okay, so come back to my hand, buddy. We're going to Final Reward this thing once it attacks us. Get out of here. Just scry, please. Okay. Just a little scared they're doing something else. I think we got to leave mana up for Essence Scatter this turn. Okay, well, 2 creatures with Afflict seem pretty good here, so I'm going to play my Merciless Eternal. They both have 2 power, too, which means that they can do lethal. And I'm going to play Kenra Eternal. Leave mana up for Essence Scatter. And see what happens. I feel like we've been at 5 for about an hour. Oh, what? Are you going to find a way? You can do 4 to me and kill one of my creatures with that, but that's not going to be enough. Right? Where's the other half? I guess it'll show up in a second. Yeah, you can only do 4 to me. You can drop me to 1. You only have 1 other card in your hand, and you have to pay 3... But you will kill one of my creatures. God. I'm scared right now. Okay, injury. All right. I go to 1. What else you got? Okay, that is... God, they might have another bounce spell, which would make me really sad. Okay, so we're going to attack. We are going to attack for 2. Don't play a bounce spell. Don't play a bounce spell. Don't play a bounce spell. Woo! That was a game right there. That was a lot of fun. The opponent had a good deck. We had, it was a close match. And those are always fun ones. So we're trying to go 3-0, though, in this draft. Maybe get me my 2nd trophy in this format, finally. Hello, everyone. We're going to the final match of an Hour of Devastation draft. Trying to... finish 3-0, hopefully. Okay, I do think this is a keep since we're on the draw and we have a blue 2-drop and 3-drop, so could be worse. Could be worse. We're not on the draw. I don't know why I said that. I think I thought I was for some reason, but it's good even if we're not on the draw. It would have been a little better, I think, if we were, because we have a higher chance of hitting our swamp, but this is okay. Haven't seen the Obstructionist a whole lot. Sometimes you can just play that early and flash it in and then just start beating your opponent down with it and it can just win the game. I mean, they have to never play a flyer for that to happen, but still. All right, so Skirmisher. We'd also draw our black mana. I might actually play the Eternal first instead of the Obstructionist, but we'll see. What's our opponent's second color? Are they blue-black too? Well, we're not finding out yet. Oh, Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs. What? Do we play Merciless Eternal? I'm just attacking. I mean, there's no reason not to. In these situations, you should basically always send your creature in, because worst case scenario, they bounce off each other. My opponent doesn't have another attacker, and my opponent may get psyched out enough to just decide to take it. I think I am going to play the Eternal. It punishes Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, certainly, with Afflict. Plus, I can just pump it once and kill my opponent. Kill my opponent's Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs if it blocks it. Chances are he'll just take the 2 from the Merciless Eternal. Okay, they're black-white. Lurching Rot Beast, not bad to cast right here either, by the way. It's just like a dude that can attack. Hey, there's our planes. Alright, so I'm going to attack with both my creatures here. If he wants to trade with my Top Crop Skirmisher, I'm cool with that. If he just wants to take 4, I'm cool with that. If he just wants to take 2, cool with that too. Alright, yeah, we'll do 2. Might be better to just attack with this, honestly, but... Okay, so... I think I'm just going to pass my turn and flash in the Obstructionist at the end of my opponent's turn. Yeah, that's my plan. That is my plan. We take 2. Opponent doesn't have any flyers right now, so... I have Kefnit's Last Word, which has loved us a lot and has played a major role in us being 2-0 so far. We've only gotten to cast Unesh once, but it basically won us the game single-handedly when we did. So, and Grinded Dust we've cast twice. So we've had pretty good luck with our bombs. We do have 3 of them. Edifice of Authority. Why you gotta be like that? Why can't... Oh, I can steal it. I might steal it later. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm gonna play Flash and Nimble Obstructionist for now. I forget this can steal things that aren't creatures. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go to combat. My opponent's probably gonna shut down something. My Obstructionist, I guess. Yes. I'm going to attack with Merciless Eternal, which will just get in for 2. I'll let my opponent build it up, and then I might steal it from them, depending on what else is going on in this game. I'm going to bluff that I have on Summon and play Lurching Rot Beast. Got Wander in Death. It's kind of crappy at this stage of the game, but in the later part of the game, it'll probably do some work. Help us grind things out. So if the Eternal attacks, I just block it with my Skirmisher. Yeah, so it does not attack. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't really need to bluff that I'm going to pump it more than once. Shuts down my Obstructionist again, I'm guessing. I think since we have Wander in Death in our hand, trading our Rock Beast for Kenra Eternal isn't that bad. So I think I attack with it if my opponent just shuts down the Obstructionist. Let me just attack with everything. Nah, I think leaving the Skirmisher back and making it so the Eternal just can't attack me is pretty good. And he's just going to block this with the wall. So he's never going to block the Merciless Eternal unless it's got enough damage to kill him. So, yeah, Obstructionist, that makes sense. And we send in the Rot Beast and the Merciless Eternal. It is probably going to be better to steal the Edifice, because whatever his best creature is that we steal, he'll just start shutting down with the Edifice. So, it's worth keeping that in mind. Do you have Sandblast? Vizier of Deferment. That is pretty good. Here. Yeah, so you're going to exile that and block my Rot Beast. I'm guessing. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's what's happening. I do think we want to play another swamp so we can start threatening activations. Get back our Merciless Eternal. Oh yeah, our opponent has a desert now, so they can start doing that. If they attack, I block with Skirmisher. It's a pretty easy decision. God, they've got all kinds of stuff in their hand, though. I know it. I'll probably just pitch this land to hit my opponent for 4 here. Don't really need it. Oh, you're stopping him now. I guess he can potentially swing for way more. I will attack in the air then. Oh, do you have a kill spell? You do. The good news is I have Wander in Death. I mean, that's good news for me. Not really for my opponent, I guess. So I'm going to cast Wander in Death. Get both of these guys back. I think I'm just going to play a land and play the Rot Beast here. Stealing the Edifice is pretty powerful because, well, another creature with flying. Makes me kind of want to steal that. Life gain. Psh. Okay, so I'm going to attack with Merciless Eternal and Rot Beast. I mean, he's going to... Oh, he didn't stop either of them. That's cool by me. Yeah, I think I want to hold on to the cards in my hand, so I'll drop my opponent to 17. Kill the Kenra. Play Bone Slasher. And in my turn. Should we cast Kefnet's Last Word on that Edifice? Seeming more and more attractive to me. Maybe I just take one of those now, though. So I'm gonna flash in Nimble Obstructionist. Okay. Do I want to cycle that or have it to discard to my Eternal? Let's go to combat first. I think we are going to steal the Edifice. It's just the best thing on the board by a wide margin. We can shut down the blocking and attacking of one of his flyers and just keep attacking on the ground. I'm going to attack with the Eternal. I'm going to take like 6 in the air this turn, but that's okay going forward, I think. All right, we go to 11. Probably going to cycle this desert. Let's see if we can draw something a little more. Well, I guess I don't want to right now, actually. I'd like to have my lands untapped as much as possible. Okay, so I can actually kill one of them. So I think I'd do that. The one with Vigilance, let's block it. Okay. Don't play something big and scary. I mean, I guess I can shut it down. Oh, it's just another Aven. No big deal. How much life are you gonna gain, man? Okay. Can't block anything, really. I'm gonna do this. And attack with everything. Drop our opponent to 14. They can hit knock us down to 5. Need to find a kill spell. Good news is I can both cycle and search up a land at the end of my opponent's turn, which slightly improves my chances of finding one. All right, take 3 to the face. Go to 4. Which means we're dead next turn because of Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, so we need that kill spell. We need it. They're basically all still in our deck, so Grind to Dust would be awesome. So sack Evolving Wilds. We'll get a Swamp. And then we'll also cycle Desert of the Glorified. Traveler's Amulet, really? Okay, so we're dead. Yeah, no reason to show our opponent anything else. Yeah, that opponent's deck was very, very resilient. We kept trying to get ahead, and we never really could. Flyers have been kind of our bane. We don't have a lot of them. I haven't seen him all day, weirdly enough. Not really upset about it. I probably would have cycled him in about 80% of the games, but still. Grinded down final reward would have been good there. We still were slowly dying to their Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, though, so. I would like to play first. Ooh, there's Unesh. We was complaining about not seeing him or her, them, it. So do we play Ruin Rat on turn 2 or use Essence Scatter on something? That's the big decision we have here early. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good against us. I guess I'll play the Rat. And we'll take 1. Okay, well, now we play Promoting Bone Slasher this turn. I'm going to attack with my Rat. So the thing about the rat that's kind of bad is like once I play Marauding Bone Slasher, my opponent can just leave back Festering Mummy, block, and kill the rat. But I think I'm kind of okay with that. It's not like a big deal if that happens. Cycling Desert of the True. We can exile that desert, which is very relevant actually. So my Ruin Rat dying may actually matter. Not going to matter now because they have another desert. So, all right, we do have Unsummon, so we could potentially use that later to get rid of Desert's Hold. I'm not going to do it right now though. I'm just going to attack with my Ruin Rat. Our opponent has so much life gain. It's making us pretty sad. I'm just going to attack with Ruin Rat and leave up mana for Essence Scatter and Unsummon. Yeah. We will take one to the face. We have a couple turns here where we can use Essence Scatter. I'll probably use it. Whatever the first creature my opponent plays, I'll probably use it. Yeah, I'll use it. Okay, we need one more land, and it's Unesh time. Takrop Skirmisher is also sort of bad against Festering Mummy. If it blocks, it can sort of give our opponent a 2-for-1. But it can come back from the graveyard, so it's not like a pure 2-for-1. But yeah, play our Skirmisher. Opponent will sack their Evolving Wilds. We haven't really seen like zombie synergies out of our opponent, just like black-white good stuff, basically. Are we going to wish we had Unsummon? I mean, not Unsummon, but Essence Scatter. Yeah, I mean, definitely would have been a better Essence Scatter target. If we can draw a land, though, we can play a Cryosphinx Sovereign that can just block it, and that will draw us some cards. So we did not draw the land, though. I will play Doom Dissenter because I don't have enough X1s, you know, in play. And I'll end my turn. We take 3. These Avens of Enduring Hope have been tearing us up for sure. They've been, you know, gaining our opponent life, attacking in the air. Pretty much, I can't stop them. Okay, we did draw a land, but it has to come into play tap, so we're going to take some more damage before we put a stop to this nonsense. Hopefully. I mean, our opponent could just have a removal spell, and even though the Sphinx will have drawn us land, that would be big enough tempo at that point that we'd just be dead, basically, because they're going to drop us to 8 right now. Yeah, our opponent's late game plan is just kill me with flyers, and it's been effective. It has been effective. Solitary camel. You don't need to gain more life, man. Come on. Okay, well, just play all the creatures. Should I unsummon something? Is it necessary for me to survive? Don't think it is. I'll block one of these. With Cryosphinx, take 3, and then I can block everything else. Yeah. Well, that's good too, but we gotta play Unesh first. Ooh, I don't have white mana. I wish I had white mana. I wish I did. The Obstructionist isn't bad because it can kill either of them. Yeah, that's the thing to do. I'm actually thinking of taking pile 2 because if I take the island, I can unsummon this turn. Yeah, let's take pile 2. Let's do it. Funny, if they put the island with the Obstructionist, I probably would have taken it. Both are pretty good right now. Nimble Obstructionist might be slightly better. If I draw white mana, obviously Grinded Dust is insane, as we've seen on numerous occasions. But, oh, what are you doing? I was wondering if they had Crested Sunmare. I was seriously wondering if they did, because they were, like, gaining life all over the place. And that's a good reason to be having all this life gain spells. I think I'm actually going to unsummon the Solitary Camel so he doesn't get a horse. So, and then final reward the Sunmare. Okay, so let's declare some blocks. You're going to block here. I'm going to declare a block here. You're going to block here. And yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to cast... Is it better to just unsummon this? Because this is going to die. Yeah, let's unsummon the Sunmare. And we're going to exile that freaking Solitary Camel, just in case. I guess Haven of Enduring Hope might be worse, but, you know, it's whatever. Ooh. Hello. Yeah, I think we just play it. Not leaving the mana up for final rewards. A little scary if our opponent like plays the Sunmare and gains life next turn, but you know, bring it on. All right, so I'm gonna attack with Doom to Center. Get some big damage in there. Drop our opponent down to 28. Can we grind our way out of this? I don't mean the card grind either. If I draw white, obviously, we'll be in great shape. But even without it, our opponent's going to like play Sunmare here. We can final reward it, and we can go on the offensive. No, don't gain life. Okay. I was very concerned our opponent would play that and gain life, which would be not good for us. Okay, so it might be worth waiting to cast final reward because it may coax my opponent into an attack they would not otherwise want to make. So, I think I'm going to end my turn. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. We can't quite embalm, so we're not going to. The reason I want to wait is because if my opponent tries to play a trick or he attacks differently because he's like, okay, I have lethal now or whatever, we'll be in a lot better shape. And there's not a lot of things that can make it so final reward won't kill the Sunmare. So, that is relevant, I think. Okay. In that case, We can't go too crazy low. Oh, whoops. Not what I wanted to do. We're just going to block there, but it's getting dangerous the lower we go because our opponent has a creature with Afflict in play, so that is relevant. So we're taking down both our opponent's flyers, which basically means we can go on the aggressive side. Probably going to cast Grind now on my turn because I can just kill that outright and make something smaller. But first, we're going to Final Reward Crested Sunmare. Yeah, now we're just going to grind. We're going to kill both of these creatures. Does mean our Doomed Dissenter will die or that our Unesh will get smaller, but that doesn't concern me a ton. We discard this land also. We're both in top deck mode. Our opponent's at 28, we're at 3, but our board is a lot prettier. I think I'm only going to attack with... Oh, actually, I can attack with more. I think I attack with both of these. Because I can Embalm. Okay, cycling in Desert. Yeah, it's going to come down. This is going to be well, it might not be. Our opponent could just find a way to kill us right now, honestly, but it's going to be close. We definitely block the Eternal if it attacks with our Skirmisher and go to 2. We kind of have to kill it before we go to like 1 because we're in a lot of trouble if that happens. Okay, land is not ideal. I think I attack with both of these again, though. Okay, well, we're getting our opponent's life down. They're down to 12 now. We'll end our turn. Dune Beetle. Okay, that can actually attack us pretty effectively right now if we keep attacking the way we are. But I'm not ultra concerned about that. I think we get in there for 8 again. The longer we let this game go on, the worse things can potentially get, basically. So I think being aggressive is the right thing to do. We drop our opponent to 4 here. Look, we'll be able to cast Dust, but it probably won't matter. No attacks. We'll sack our Evolving Wilds. We'll get a Plains. I mean, if our opponent does something with a -1/-1 counter, having the upside of that in our graveyard is pretty good. Okay, well, now it's not the sexiest thing to do, but I'm going to steal this Eternal because it can kill us so easily. And I don't really want to deal with that. So if I attack with everything here, my opponent is dead in most scenarios now. Wow, we got there. It took some extra work, but we turned things around there. It was a fun game. This deck has been a lot of fun. My favorite kind of decks are the grindy ones, and that's what we have here. Yep. All right, well, we have a shot at 3-0 still. After stabilizing at 3 life when our opponent was at like 30. Well, do we keep this hand? No black mana, no early plays. Do have Unesh. We're on the draw. I think being on the draw, I keep this. There's a very good chance I draw a black mana. Oh god, why do I keep thinking I'm on the draw? Oh, because it's weird that my opponent has me on the play. That's why. Okay, just I was trying to think why it is. I think it's so strange, and that's why. Ooh, no black mana. There's a Kenra Eternal. Crap baskets. Okay. Well, we still have plenty of time. You know, no reason to panic yet. But not a good start. Ooh, and it gets uglier. Probably going to draw Grind right now. Nope, Wretched Camel. Crap. Definitely should have mulliganed, I guess. You know, it's hard to... I think the percentages are still pretty good that I hit a swamp before I'm dead, but... We're about to take 6 to the face, so... And even when we do hit a swamp, like... We don't have a lot of great stuff to play, so we're in trouble. We are in trouble for sure here. Edifice, that's a really big problem going forward. I only took 5 there because our opponent didn't exert. Oh, come on. All right. Well, I think we're dead. I think we that hand was probably worth mulliganing. There was enough doubt about it that it was definitely a hand that if I keep and don't draw a swamp, I'm just going to lose. And so I probably should have mulliganed a little more aggressively. Because that's what's happening. It wasn't like a hand where I have a couple of early plays, you know, if I don't. So I'm going to have to unsummon one of these things so I'm not dead, basically. And I'll unsummon the most expensive thing. Get out of here. If I can get to Unesh, anything is possible, you know? Okay. That is a creature I can play. I'm happy to see it. I'll probably have to flash it in to block something. Yeah. That's bad. Probably the Kenra Eternal is what I'll block. Drop me to 6 this turn. So, come on down, Nimble Obstructionist. Trade for a 2-drop. If my opponent uses a trick here, that'd be pretty good for us. Because we have unsummon number 2, and they seem to be thinking about using one. Use a trick. Do it. Aw. They didn't. They didn't do it. We basically have to bounce him again, and we will. Swamp. Oh, yeah. That'll do it. Get that swamp. That's not why we have Traveler's Amulet, but hey, we will take it. Oh, yes. And we will play a Wretched Camel. Something that can actually block seems decent here. We're now only 1 mana away from Unesh, too. We also have to worry about our opponent's Edifice, though. So we can do it. Ah, crap. Where's Unsummon when you need it? Okay. Oh, that's right. I already used it, like, twice. Yeah, I take 2 to the face. Not blocking. And you're going to play your Spearmaster. Land? Not land. Crap. I'm going to play Marauding Bone Slasher, and things can go horribly wrong here because if they get rid of my Wretched Camel, I won't be able to block with it. This will be another in a massive number of 2-1s I've had in this format. I don't feel like I've punted very hard in this draft, at least. I mean, the worst mistake I made was probably not mulliganing a hand that was a little off. Oh, good. Are we just dead now? Not technically, no. But basically, yes. We have to block this, and then we go to 1 from the other attackers. So... we have Lethal Sting, which isn't a bad idea to use. Oh, we only go to 2. No, we go to 1. Yeah, first strike. Okay. I guess grind would be decent, because I could grind these 2 away and use Lethal Sting on that. What else is there? That ain't it. No, we're dead. We are... well, you're not untapping. No, yeah, we're dead. I'm just going to Lethal Sting, because why not? Oh, wait. No, yeah, we're dead. 1 damage gets through no matter what. I keep thinking I have some way to stop it, but I don't. So, yeah, we're dead. All right, well, we went 2-1. Most of the games were fun. That one certainly wasn't. But hey, 2-1's okay. I mean, if I can average 2-1, I feel pretty good about it generally. And I'm probably close to that, but not as close as I'd like. Had 0-2s lately, too, which I hadn't really had in this format. But hey, only a few drafts left. Maybe I can just go 2-1 or better in all of them. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more draft videos. And also in the near future, I'll be doing Ixalan Limited Review Week, which will be a lot of fun. And also, don't forget my content sponsored by 5colorcombo.com. You can go over there and use my discount code NITZAHONE5 for a 5% discount. Thanks for watching.